My name's Abir. As Pierre Angelo mentioned, I did attend GCU. I graduated in May 2018, or yeah, class of 2018. And as you said, yeah, I began working in LinkedIn then that July. So coming up to 2 years now this summer. And I suppose I'm here today to tell you how to, I suppose, best position yourself on the LinkedIn platform to launch your career after your studies now. So what we'll do today is, first of all, I'd love to tell you a bit more about LinkedIn, linkedin.com as a platform. Then let's jump into best practice for setting up your own profile. I'm sure most of you are already hopefully on the platform, but just some best practice on how to make your profile stand out among all the other people looking for jobs at this time. We'll go into then some thought leadership, how to get your voice heard on LinkedIn, and then best practice for gaining knowledge and insights about the industries and about LinkedIn learning as well. And then happy to answer any questions you guys have at the end. So to kick off, LinkedIn is the largest professional network in the world, and we differentiate ourselves from other platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so on, as we are a professional network. And the vision of the company is to create an economic opportunity for every single member of the global workforce. And we do so, or hope to do so, through our mission, which is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Essentially, this just means to connect individuals with the right opportunities, whether this is the right university institutions, the right jobs, connecting them to the right kind of skills that they're looking for. And the most important thing about LinkedIn and what differentiates it from, again, any other platform in the world is the knowledge and the data that we have on there. So there's just over 675 million members on the platform, and we've over 50 million companies registered, 20 million jobs, 36,000 skills, and 90,000 schools and academic institutions on there. So there's a lot of data there. And what we do at LinkedIn, there's an insights team and they make sense of all that's going on. So they're able to see what's kind of trending within the industries and what skills are people looking for, whether that's an employer or a third level institution. What are they looking for and what are the gaps in the market? And then LinkedIn try to create the resources necessary to help individuals again get to the opportunity that they're looking for. And again, as briefly mentioned, why do people choose to go on LinkedIn? And even why I decided to set up my LinkedIn profile was when I was in second year of DCU. So my third year of college was a year of intro. So I studied business studies there. And we had to secure placement for our third year. So we all created our LinkedIn profiles. We were advised to do so. And then we started connecting with potential employers. I know they had the intra office, but then some people wanted to connect with companies outside of this. So I was one of those people. So I set up my profile. I got in touch with a few individuals in Oracle and then managed to land something for my year of intro through there. So essentially then going back to what LinkedIn tried to do is just connecting individuals with opportunity, whatever it is that means to you. So profile best practice. As we just saw, there's millions and millions of people on LinkedIn, and I think it could be quite hard to stand out, especially when, and I know myself, I was in this position when I was in second year college. I hadn't really got any experience yet. I was still in college. I was working a part-time job, but I didn't really know what else to put on my profile. I was kind of in a situation where, how do I compete with others who are already on the job market who might be suitable for the role that I'd like to go for my internship, but they might be like fully graduated with some years of work experience. But it all comes back to what you have on your profile, and there's so many things that are applicable that you can put on there, but you might not think is relevant. So hopefully this section now will shed some light on those extra kind of bits that you can add in, and maybe some bits that are untraditional to the CV, or sometimes it's hard with the CV. You've only 2 pages, and you're quite limited in what you can put in there and keep out of it. So hopefully get a better understanding. So first and foremost is a profile photo. So people who have a good LinkedIn picture are likely to get 20 times more profile views than someone without a profile photo. And I actually just took one for my dad during the week. So we set him up on LinkedIn because he wanted to access LinkedIn Learning, which I'll speak about later on. It's essentially an online learning platform, but the iPhones are so good for that. You don't need to get like a professional headshot or, you know, get anything professional taken. All you need is a clear background, and then just some good lighting, and that's it, you're done. I think most of myself and my friends just took our own photos with our phones for each other. But again, the usual kind of drill, like passport style photo, shoulders up, neutral background, and then professional clothing. Of course, add your education, so your university and what your degree is. If you're studying a master's, then you can put in the topic of your thesis. And then something that a lot of people forget is your activities that you took part in during university. So I was quite heavily involved in clubs and societies. And then I made sure to put that in my LinkedIn profile, because again, that is something that you invest a lot of time in, a lot of effort throughout the years. So it's important that you make that kind of showcased, and then as well, these kind of areas demonstrate things like leadership, good communication, organization, if you're running a lot of events with the clubs and stocks. So all characteristics and skills that are extremely applicable to the workplace. So don't be afraid to put everything in there. And as well, just on that point, you can add media. So any videos, any photos that you guys have created yourselves, you're more than welcome. You can see here they've inserted links and I think links to the YouTube pages and photos to those relevant things. Next is, again, so your work experience, whether this is part-time or an internship you completed over summer, or a longer internship that you might have done for a year. So don't forget to put that in there, as well as what your kind of duties were, your roles and responsibilities. A big thing here is describe what you've accomplished during this time. If you're working towards a big project during your internship, if you guys published anything, anything at all. So it could be paid or again, non-paid internships. So volunteer experience. So I know this is, someone told me this before, and I don't know how true it is, but someone told me that apparently one of the major tech companies don't hire anyone in unless they have some sort of volunteer experience on their LinkedIn profile or their CV. So it's something that we could easily forget, especially if it's on our CV and we just have like our relevant kind of paid work experience and education. It's one that may often slip the cracks, but it's as equally important. And then with this, you have your accomplishments, any interests that you have. So you might have volunteered in an institution that you're extremely passionate about, and this opens up the scope then for interview questions and so on. And then within this section as well, or just below it, as I mentioned, there's place for you to put your accomplishments. So any courses that you have completed. I know certain colleges or again work experience might send you on some training, so always kind of put that in there. You've honours and achievements if you won something, publications, again if you've had anything published, you can put your thesis in there. Organizations and languages. Languages is an extremely important one, because sometimes I know employers will filter candidates through the languages that they speak, and you can put in then the level of the language that you have. So it's important not to forget about that, and not to only kind of put it in your summary section. And then skills. So from the Insights team, then again, they've looked at students who add 5 or more skills receive up to 17 times more profile views. So it's very important to put in whatever skills you've learned from your experiences, and you can get your classmates to endorse you for these skills. And there's actually a feature now where you can ask someone to write an endorsement for you. So whether this is someone who managed you, someone you managed, a peer that you worked with on a project, or someone who you worked with but maybe not directly in a group or so on, so you can endorse each other. If there's a professor that you've done a lot of work with, who you know quite well or did really well in their class, I would reach out to them and ask for an endorsement, because these things will stay on your profile forever. So it'll be useful at all stages. And then finally, which is the summary, which can be at times the most kind of difficult part. People don't really know what to write, and this is something that I kind of struggled with a lot. Just a quick kind of 1 or 2 paragraphs, an overview of yourself, maybe what stage of your life you're in, and what you're hoping to do in the near kind of future. I remember when then I returned finally to 4th year, I kind of updated my summary around the talk track of final year business student, like hoping to graduate with whatever grade I hope to achieve, and like excited to connect with people regarding opportunities in, let's say, like the tech kind of industry or the tech environment upon graduation. So because it's so important, because this is the top part of your LinkedIn profile, it's usually the first thing that people will see. And it's important to keep it short as well. The later stages of your profile will have everything in detail, again, the things that we went through, so your work experience and your education and your projects and so on. So this is just, again, kind of like a nice kind of bow. And I think the main thing around it is to highlight again what it is that you're looking for, or that you can help people with if you're in a different kind of position. And a lot of people actually, you'll see here in this example, says, I love meeting new people, expanding my network, feel free to shoot a message. I think that's really friendly, and adds a more kind of personal element. Some people go as far as saying, in my spare time, I could be found doing X, Y, and Z, which I think is really nice and really adds that kind of human touch. And then again, some other sections that people forget about. So your location, so where you're living. Sometimes people or employers filter by country. You might have the relevant languages and so on, but you might kind of need to be in the right country at the right time, if they're looking for some more kind of immediate things. So always have that updated. Your recommendations again, that is your endorsements and the likes, publications, anything you've had published in the past, and accomplishments, similar enough there. So third section we're going to look at is building thought leadership. So having your voice heard on LinkedIn. And I think this is really unique, and will kind of set you apart when you're looking at things like the traditional CV. So you've the platform here on LinkedIn to publish your own kind of work. So whether this is whether you're into writing, whether you're into shooting videos, taking photographs, if you've developed a website, you can link it there. So whatever it is that you excel in and that you're kind of passionate in, this is the perfect platform to kind of share that with others, and kind of build a following there and connect with kind of like-minded people. So there's 2 major ways to share your I suppose thought leadership pieces. So through updates and then publishing. So updates is kind of, if you think of Facebook, it's when you post a status. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. So more kind of quicker way to share links, articles, images, quotes, or anything else you think your followers might be interested in. Whereas publishing, then it's more kind of like a blog style. So going deeper into topics that matter to you, and then people have the ability to comment, share, and I suppose have a conversation around your piece on that. So again, this is just how to do it. So sharing updates, you can add hashtags, because you can search through hashtags on LinkedIn. You can share photos, videos, and so on. So you can even tag people in it if you're hoping to start a conversation, and get opinions from other people. So that's the first share update section, and it's, if you kind of see here, it's on your homepage on linkedin.com. And then when you scroll down your feed here, you'll see other people's kind of status updates. So best practices for sharing these updates is to kind of stay true to your own self, keep it kind of personal, and post frequently as well. It's kind of like anything, when you're following someone that you really enjoy, more likely it's because it's kind of their own voice. They're posting quite frequently, you know when to expect things from them. Again, start a conversation, or share your point of view, have others share their opinions. And then finally, including rich media to increase engagement. So you know yourself, when you're kind of scrolling through any kind of platform, it's the rich media that really catches our attention, especially when there's a lot of noise out there in this world. So rich media in terms of photos and videos. And then again, I think something that people might forget, and you see a lot of people kind of sometimes posting just for the sake of posting, but make sure what you're putting out there actually does have value, whether it's something that you learned and you think could be useful for other people, or if you're maybe a subject matter expert in something and you feel like you have value to add to others, then always kind of think there and kind of put yourself in the position of, if I were scrolling through my feed, is this something that I'd like to see? Would it be valuable to me? Would I be willing to give up my time to learn more about this? And then publishing again. So this is the kind of blog posts section that we spoke about. So again, you can start it on your homepage. You can get a quick access to there. And then some more kind of best practice for publishing content, similar again to what we spoke about before. But again, creating a headline that captures the attention. So your blog post will be posted on the timeline. So something kind of short and snappy and that will have people click into it. You can include a photo, like a kind of header, a headshot photo that will appear with the blogs to kind of grab people's attention. Again, using your own authentic voice and keeping in mind who your audience is. So you'll definitely have different target audiences on your professional network as you might then compare to your Instagram or maybe your Facebook. So think about what you're posting and who might be seeing it. And then again, keep in mind then again in hand with your audience, so the article length. So I think what I was told before is to have kind of six to seven short paragraphs in a blog post, and it's really important to, again, the paragraph piece. Like, I know the last thing that most people kind of want to see is big just chunk and block of text, but it could be nicer to put in maybe some titles and some headings and even photos within your publishing post. So along with the publishing function, you have the ability to track your progress on LinkedIn on your posts feeds or your blog posts. So you can go in and see who are the individuals that are looking at my content. Is it reaching the kind of audience that I wanted it to? And what I find really interesting is this part here. So the countries or the cities that your viewers are from. It's quite interesting how fast our pieces can kind of travel, and it's the network effect, I suppose. So if I like something or you might like something, and then your connections might see what you liked, but the two other individuals might not necessarily be connected. And I think as well with LinkedIn, it's a bit more kind of public than things like Facebook and Instagram would be. So there's a lot more scope for your pieces to travel further. So one of my favorite parts actually on LinkedIn and the department or the line of business that I work in now in LinkedIn is LinkedIn Learning. And again, it's all about gaining knowledge and insights. Um, that kind of falls in here, but one of the other sections that you can gain knowledge and insights from is by following companies. So you can follow whatever companies interest you. Maybe it's a company that you would like to work for in the future. So by following the company on LinkedIn, you can see as well when they have any job openings, if there's anything exciting going on in the company. So I would recommend, once you kind of set up your profile, is to follow whatever it is you're interested in. And similar to that, then you can follow influencers. So it's not the typical kind of influencers that you might associate with Instagram and so on, but it's more kind of the likes of Bill Gates or kind of business influencers might be a better term for it. But again, anyone that you're interested in or you like to read the news about, you can follow them on there because they post the updates themselves, which is really cool. And then with this, you can, with LinkedIn, there's always the search functionalities. So you can search, you can drill down into exactly what it is that you want and what kind of locations. If it's you're looking for a job in a certain country or within a certain industry, there's always the filtering options for you here. And then customization of the feed. So you can really track, or that's not the right word. You can take control of what it is you're seeing on your feed. So you can give feedback to LinkedIn, and then LinkedIn kind of learns through machine learning what it is that you like and don't like. So you can always kind of click the three dots when you see a post on your feed and say, I like this content, or I don't, more of this, or I don't really like this, or unfollow, and things like that. And those are some more options. So hide this post, unfollow, report, and you can give feedback as well to the LinkedIn staff. And I mentioned, so this is one of my favorite parts, and I briefly mentioned it earlier on. So we actually set my dad up on LinkedIn over the weekend, specifically just for this section. He wanted access to LinkedIn Learning. So LinkedIn Learning, I'm working there now almost 2 years. So it's an online e-learning platform. So essentially, development. So developing yourself both personally and professionally. So a quick overview on LinkedIn, there's 4 major libraries in there. So business, technology, um, creative and leadership and management. So you go onto the platform, you can search all sorts of skills and videos and essentially just watch them. They're in bite-sized versions. You can watch learning paths, so you can begin from a skill at the very beginning and beginner level until advanced. So if you want to learn about cloud computing, you can start from zero and then progress all the way. I think there's a couple thousand courses on there, but whatever it is that you have an interest in, there's more than likely a course regarding that topic there. There's just over 15,000 courses on there, and they add about 30 to 40 courses every week, which is really exciting. And the way they pick which content to go out with or to produce is again based on the insights that we have on linkedin.com, so we could see what skills are trending within the industries, and then create our content around this. So when we look back at 2019, our insights team carried out some research, and these are the top skills that they saw employers looked for. So they ran through all the job posts, all the people who were employed by companies, and really assessed what the skills they had were. So in terms of top 5 soft skills, creativity, persuasion, collaboration, and adaptability, these were the top 4, and these are actually the same top skills, soft skills for the previous year, but emotional intelligence is actually a newcomer for 2019 and something that a lot of companies are putting a lot more emphasis on. And then in terms of hard skills, blockchain, this was a newcomer as well. Cloud computing was number 1 the previous year, but blockchain came in on top of that. Analytical reasoning, artificial intelligence, UX design, business analysis, this went up by 10 spots. Affiliate marketing, this was a newcomer as well. Sales stayed the kind of same, and then scientific computing, that went up 3, and then you can see video production as well. So it's interesting, and we do have a workplace learning report that we publish every year that you can see what kind of skills are trending among employers and people look for in candidates. So again, this is just an overview of LinkedIn Learning. What I would really recommend for everyone to do, especially now that we have the time that we're at home, you may not be commuting, you might have a bit more free time on your hands, is to actually sign up for LinkedIn Learning. It's accessible through linkedin.com. You don't need to set up a new profile or anything, but what you can do is sign up for a 30-day free trial. And have a look for yourself on the platform. I know I've learned a lot from it myself. And then once you complete a course, you'll have the badge, or I suppose, yeah, the badge to say that you've completed a course on, let's say, time management, and that will then actually stay on your LinkedIn profile. So in the section that we looked at, accomplishments and courses, so it will add a badge there. So you can work this up and have so many new skills on there.